Eastern. Breaking news. You will all be seeing a lot more Stephen A. Smith in the future as he has signed his new multi-year deal. SA, huge congrats, much deserved. And I'm glad it's finally done. But honestly, you're the face of the network, and we're so lucky to have you, and wouldn't want to see you anywhere else. So yeah, again, congrats, and you deserve it all.
I appreciate it. Well, you know, I love you. I love everybody that works on this show, the great producers behind the scenes that make us look so much better than who we are and what we are. I love all the contributors to the show. If it wasn't for them, the show wouldn't be what it is. Obviously, I got to give major thanks from the top on down, from Bob Iger to Dana Walden, even to Deborah O'Connell over there at ABC News, to Burke Magnus, of course, my brother, my man, Dave Roberts, along with various others. I just can't, you know, I got a lot of things that I want to achieve, a lot of things that I want to accomplish in my life that extend beyond this show and beyond the world of sports. But it all starts here. I'm always happy to be a part of the Worldwide Lead. I'm always proud to be associated with this network, and I'm happy that I'm going to be here for a lengthy period of time for years to come. It definitely is a multi-year. It ain't something that's going to happen in the next 1 or 2. I'll be around for a hell of a lot longer than that. And I'm really happy. I'm happy it's over. It took too damn long. I can tell you that much. It took too damn long.
Yeah, you're telling me. I saw those mood swings.
That's right. You know, but I'm really, really glad that it's over. And my sincere gratitude to everybody associated with this show, to all the bosses that I mentioned, to all the contributors from Shannon and Doggy and Ryan Clark and Mina and Kimberly. And, you know, Jeff Saturday was fantastic for us. Obviously, Dan Orlovsky, our brother. You know, all the guys, you just saw Harry and Jay, you know, Swagoo, can't forget giving him all the love in the world of basketball folks. Big Perk, my brother, Wendy, Tim Legler, Jay Williams, the list goes on and on and on. But nobody, and I mean nobody, exceeds you, Molly. You know, I love you. You know, I appreciate you. You're my partner in crime. We ride together, and I really, really appreciate all that you've meant to the show and all that you've meant to me. And I'm really, really happy to be staying on board.
Huge congrats, Stephen A. I'm Molly A, and I approve this message. All right, we'll keep going. Hey, Stephen A, breaking news. I heard you're pulling a Tom Brady and you're taking a haircut to keep the roster intact. Is that true?
Something like, I don't know about that. We can talk about it.
All right, maybe dinner on you. Tomorrow night, the Lakers visit the Celtics in a match about two of the best in the NBA. LeBron and Luka versus Tatum and Brown will surely be a show. I can't wait for this game, guys. The Celtics and Lakers both sit as a second seed in their respective. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. At least I know Stephen A is going to be able to feed his family, because I was concerned. All right, Monica, who should the Celtics fear most?
I think it's Cleveland. When I look at the landscape, obviously Cleveland's in their conference, and so that could impede their progress theoretically from repeating this year. But I just think of that personnel. I think of the consistency, as our good friend Charles Barkley pointed out. They've been playing great basketball for 6 months, which is a fact. I think that they have had time to really marinate in who they are. They're very clear on how they want to play basketball. And I shared this last week. I just think Donovan Mitchell probably isn't getting the credit that he deserves in this conversation. Obviously, he's having a terrific year as far as the basketball of it all, but the leadership and the small sacrifices and empowering this group, Evan Mobley, the jump that he's taken, I mean, Darius Garland being healthy, they have been playing a brand, a clearly identified brand of basketball the longest, and they are sitting atop the Eastern Conference for good reason. So I definitely think it's the Celtics between their personnel and the time that they've been able to spend together.
100% agreement. That is the clear and present danger to the Boston Celtics right now, and you got to fear the trajectory. We get so caught up in being prisoners of the moment because it's human psychology. Durant lands with the Suns. We all think the Suns are going to go on a run. Luka lands with the Lakers. They're suddenly going to become the next dynasty. These things need time to marinate. You need to build, and that is what Cleveland has been doing. 3 years ago, they missed the playoffs entirely. 2 years ago, it's a first-round exit. They looked soft against the Knicks in that series. So what do? They came back with more physicality the next year, which was last season. They go 7 with Orlando. They advance, and then they get bounced. Each year, they take another step. Each year, they get a little bit better. They're extremely well balanced. Number 1 in the NBA in offensive efficiency, number 7 in defensive efficiency. They added depth with DeAndre Hunter, which is going to be big against the Celtics come playoff time. And don't sleep on the transition from Bickerstaff to Atkinson as the head coach. It's not to knock J.B. Bickerstaff. He'd be my vote for coach of the year in Detroit with what he's done with the Pistons. But some guys are great builders, and then some guys are there to push you over the top. Kenny Atkinson coming from Golden State under Steve Kerr, who knows a thing or two about taking over for someone and then taking it to the next level when he took over for Mark Jackson in Golden State, and we all know the rest is history there. A very clear and present danger in Cleveland. That's the team to worry about if you're Boston right now.
This is trifecta. We all agree. I've been saying Cleveland for how many weeks now, Eminem? How many weeks, Joe? I've been talking about Cleveland. And then, you know, I had to work with Big Perk doing NBA Countdown last Friday, right? And like he said, I'm going with the Celtics. You watch what they do. And then they go up 11-0. And then they go up 25-3, and Perk gonna come in the green room. What I tell you. You understand? I tried to warn you. I tried to tell you. And then when Cleveland came back, I couldn't find his big ass. I mean, that dude was high. I couldn't find him. How the hell all of a sudden you disappeared? Big Perk. You know, you would have thought of the I Spy. You know that I Spy segment they got on NBA Today? That you would have thought he was there, except he didn't stick his head out from the bushes. He hid behind it, and evidently the bushes were big enough to hide him. That's what transpired, okay? I've been talking about Cleveland for weeks. Donovan Mitchell is a bona fide star in this league. Darius Garland is no scrub. When you take that into consideration and then you look at the elevation of Mobley, Jared Allen wasn't participating in the playoffs last year. Let's keep remembering. You keep acting like he played last year in the postseason, particularly against Boston. It's not true. It's not what happened. They didn't have him, and Donovan Mitchell ultimately went down as well with a couple of games left. You got that going on. And then the pickup of DeAndre Hunter. The brother 6'8", can guard on the wings, and can shoot threes. Now, the Boston Celtics that we've been seeing, here's how you know a champion is something to be worried about, y'all. When they lurk. I'm not talking about dip. When they lurk. When you're lurking is when you're not number 1, but you ain't worried about it because you're right there number 2. You don't have to worry about falling to number 3. You're right there letting the top dog know you're still going to have to come through us. That's what Boston has been doing to Cleveland. And when you see Pritchard and Derek White both score over 40 in a game, when you see Jason Tatum having an MVP caliber year like he's having, when you've seen a drop-off in three-point shooting from Jaylen Brown, but yet this team is completely unfazed. They lead the league in three-point attempts, three-pointers made per game. It's going to get very interesting. Cleveland's going to have to show up. But make no mistake about it, I view it as a 7-game series. I believe Boston and Cleveland meeting in the Eastern Conference Finals. There will be a Game 7 with 48 minutes to go for a